I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we explore a wonderful book, a powerful book. It is called What Does Heaven Look Like, Volume 1. It's written by a terrific author. Her name is Davida Coleman. Inspired by the grief and loss experienced during COVID-19, this heartfelt book invites readers to reflect on their vision of heaven and the legacy of those who've transitioned. With a powerful blend of introspection and hope, spiritual insight as well, this work will resonate with anyone seeking deeper meaning in life and beyond. We're delighted to have this wonderfully talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her wonderful book. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight TV app, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Davida, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
I thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. I love your book. I find it very inspiring. It helped me contemplate what the afterlife might be like in my own mind and my own vision and my own faith. Talk to us a little bit about the title. What does your heaven look like?
The title came about pretty much at the same time, proximal as the book was a concept in my mind. During COVID, like I said, we were all affected greatly, and tremendously, and really couldn't do anything as the rest of the world sat and watched.
Mhm.
And so after COVID, post-COVID, I lost two sisters
Mhm.
approximately 3 years ago.
All right.
Both battled with cancer, and I couldn't have any further conversations with them.
Mhm.
Add that to COVID, and I was devastated. And I was like, I want to know that they're okay. What does their heaven look like? Where are they? Like my mom, too. I lost my mom 8 years ago, approximately. So pretty much everybody's up there having a party without me, and I'm down here holding it down. So,
Exactly.
with that being said, I came up with that title because sheer curiosity. Where are you guys? And
Yeah.
what does it look like up there?
Exactly.
So that's how the title
In
came.
your opinion, what does heaven look like? What do you think it looks like?
Oh, I think it is everything that we can imagine that is beautiful and great,
Mhm.
and that and 10 times more to that.
Yeah,
That's how I envision it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. It's probably impossible for us to envision the glory of heaven, but we know it's there. We get messages from our loved ones who have passed. They come to us in dreams, often, and it's something you never get used to when you lose a loved one. You just learn to live with it, but you always miss them, and that's just showing how much you care for them, how much you love for them. Um, Talk to us a little bit about writing the book. Was it therapeutic for you? Was it helpful in dealing with your feelings of grief and loss?
Yes, as I've been an adamant writer for approximately half my life, yes, writing is
Yeah.
soothing and always healing for my soul, as I would imagine it would be for any writer.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, writing this, um, it brought hope and joy to me that my message would be relayed to others that, hey, I'm going through this, and if I'm going through this, how many other people are going through this?
Mm.
And yeah, I started asking the question to people. I started literally walking around and asking my friends and my family, calling them, and what does your heaven look like?
Yeah.
And the response I got back was phenomenal, funny, sometimes not so funny,
Mm.
and taken back
Yeah.
by the question.
Yeah.
So, yes,
Yeah.
the book did all of that for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk to us a little bit about the book. Tell us what the readers will find when they go through the pages. Give us an overview, if you would.
So, I'm very fortunate to be blessed to be able to create what I'm thinking in my mind with my hand as well. I teach therapeutic art also, so
Mhm.
I was able to create content, the pages and the cover, and it takes you through a comprisal of questions using my imagination. Anybody can plug in their own imagination to this book.
Hmm.
Um, and it also can be universal because God is all things in my belief. Um, Even if you're a non-believer, either if you're an atheist or agnostic, the book will still jolt you, even
Yeah.
though it's a children's book, into thinking, I might want to give some thought to this.
Yeah.
So, yes, I was very fortunate to be able to create the art content as well as the reading material as well.
Yeah. Why did you create it as a children's book? Did you feel children have a lot of curiosity about afterlife and heaven?
So my concept there was it is a three-part series. Volume two will be coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
And volume three will follow it, which will be the adult version that is coming next.
Hmm.
Um, to complete the series, it will be a teenage version of it as well. I try to speak to one audience at a time, as I find it gets very difficult if you commingle one topic with many people.
Hmm.
Your meaning and your concept gets lost. So I targeted this area first because it will be a duality of reaching the young reader,
Hmm.
also reaching the parents who will engage and read and have format to answer questions and to kind of give the book and that topic a conversation in every household was my
Yeah.
goal.
I think it will provoke some great conversations, and I think it is needed because there is so much curiosity on the part of children and all people, actually, when it comes to heaven and the afterlife. Tell us a little bit about Soul One LLC.
Flow One LLC was formed right before I moved to California. I was born a native New Yorker back east and was raised in Connecticut. And I before I left Connecticut, I was a lifer there. I formed my LLC with intention to put my books into this format, plug them in with my workshops, and hopefully help heal the world. The world is in need of always a healing and a blessing. And so I try to plug that in wherever I go.
And it deals with therapeutic arts. Tell us a little bit about what therapeutic arts are and how you utilize it to help people.
So I use art therapy. Current day, I work at a school system in California, in Richmond, California, and I have 100 kids under my supervision. I run a after school program, and I try to give them methods for coping mechanisms for there's so many things that they battle with. I work with grades 6 through 8 and their attention span, their anxieties and all kinds of things that come about. And so art is therapy and therapy is art. And so we coincide the two, mesh them together and give them things and useful tools that help them develop into full beings.
Hmm.
Um, we have a lot of children that I have dealt with in my lifetime on the spectrum, and they also need some encouragement. And so the arts are a healing mechanism that they bond with.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this. What do you hope the children who read your book or the parents who read the book to you, their children, take away from this wonderful book?
I'm going to give you a little bit quote of a scripture here is the children shall lead the way. Sometimes adults don't know everything. We like to pride ourselves as, we're the teachers but often it's just, I find to be in reverse. I
Mhm.
have a grandson who's 5 years old and I have a couple of grandkids, but the 5-year old right now comes to mind. He tells me things that you look at him and like, how do you know that? And why do you know that? And why did you say that? So, in that essence, he teaches me a lot. I listen to him, he listens to me. And it is my hope as parents are reading this with their children that they're pulling something out of this as well as their children are. And it's also a coloring book, so they can color there.
Yep.
And it's kind of therapeutic in that sense as well. What they don't get
Exactly.
in the writing, color it out.
Exactly. How's that for therapeutic arts? Without a doubt, I think that's a great aspect of this book, no doubt. The name of the book is What Does Your Heaven Look Like? Volume 1. It's written by a terrific author. Her name is Davida Coleman, inspired by the grief and loss experienced during the pandemic. This book is a heartfelt book that invites readers to reflect on their own vision of heaven and the legacy of those who've transitioned with a powerful blend of introspection and hope and spiritual insight as well. This author's work resonates with children and families seeking deeper meaning in life and beyond. Davida, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's my
My pleasure.
pleasure. Pleasure's all mine, my friend. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.